So now I will be able to drop the motor. I wanted to show the process that I use. Some people obviously use a different way. You can have a 2-post lift, but the way that I did that worked out really well for taking the 2.5 out of the wrecked car was I use this dolly. It's a 4-wheel dolly, so it can steer, and I put a couple pieces of wood to close the gap. So when I put it underneath the motor, all I need to do is loosen the subframe bolts, the 3 in the back, and then the 2 long ones on the studs, and the motor just rests on the dolly. So then what I can do is put a strap over the core support, and I use the engine lift over there to raise the car up. I'll put a photo in here to show the what it looked like with the white car. But after that, the motor basically slides out to either the left side or right side. Obviously I can't slide out into the dirt, so I need to slide out to the passenger side, and then it comes right out and it stays on this this little dolly. So I have the motor, the 2.5, on like a little furniture dolly for now, so I can slide this underneath and then drop the motor, and then I will have it all out. Okay, so before you can obviously remove the motor, you need to take off some accessory stuff. So ECU, radiator, fan shroud, all in this area. I've drained the oil, drained the coolant. So the next thing I'm going to do is remove the drive shaft and the power plant frame. It's really easy on the NCs, way easier than the NAs and NBs. So I'm gonna do that now. All right, so there's 4 14 millimeters on the drive shaft. I've already removed one. I'll take those off now. It's a nut and a bolt with a washer. Have the car in neutral, e-brake off so you can spin it. I kept it in gear and with the e-brake on to break these loose, so yours shouldn't come off this easy. That's the one I removed right there. So here's the last one. All right, and then next we're going to take off the drive shaft and slide it out from the input of the trans. You're probably going to drop a little bit of oil. I just dropped the camera, but I did not drop any oil. So I like to put a bag over the output of the trans just so it doesn't leak any oil. The motor's going to come out fairly even, but don't want to get it all over the driveway. All right, so what I've done before taking off the power plant frame is I've put some weight on the trans. It's very little, just to hold it up, so the trans doesn't just completely drop down. So you have 221s back here, and you have 221s up in the front. So I'm going to take these 221s off first in the back. Sorry about the noise. It's going to be a little loud because my impact leaks a little bit. So much easier than the NAs and NBs. Okay, so now we can move on to the front. And the next 2 bolts are going to be these 221s. So you have the 2 on the bottom, and then you have 2 more at the top. Already loosened this one. And those are still 21s. I'm sorry for the air noise you're about to hear. Whoa! Dropping easily. Not like the NAs and MBs, you have to force this thing out. Or I'll change the camera so you can see me taking it off. The last 2 bolts are going to be right here. I took one off already. I'm going to have to use a long brake for on this one. There we go. Now it's loose. Alright, so now this whole power plant frame can come off. Almost hit me in the face. So to get the motor down, you have 4 19s on each side where the locating studs are. Then you have 4 17s in the back of the subframe along with 2 19s. Once you loosen those, the motor will start to drop. And what you're going to do is basically go left to right and loosen them, not all at one time, but loosen, go to the other side, loosen, go to the other side. That way the whole motor doesn't just drop on you, it'll come down evenly.
I could be honest. That big K member doesn't that ball.
I'm just going to move to the other side now. I'll loosen 19. Only has like a little bit of thread on the top and the rest is just stud. It's just for line first. Okay. When you're taking the motor out, you're probably going to want two people because your steering shaft is going to either hit the throttle body or the intake manifold. So just be aware of that. Just put a jack under here on the rear subframe just to make sure it doesn't slide off on the jack stands. Still got a little bit of ways that go up, but just making sure no lines are snagging or anything like that. Cherry picker loose, not holding the core support anymore. You're gonna want some of these really big, tall, heavy duty jack stands to hold the car up at an angle like this when you roll the motor out. Like I said, we have a jack in the back on the rear subframe just for extra help. So all right, we're gonna roll the motor out now. And with the car high enough, you should be able to roll the full motor out right up to the front. The only thing that basically left on the passenger side, just because of what or on the driver's side, because of what I did, was the brake line. So if I would have disconnected it from right here, it would have stayed with the subframe. But now that everything's out, I'm going to attempt to clean the full engine bay, and then I'll drop the new motor in. So it's starting to sprinkle here, so I'm calling it a day. Put the motors out. Car's just up in the air, so I can start cleaning the engine bay. Both of the motors are over there. So next video, I'll be taking the 2.5 and putting it onto the subframe, and then I should be dropping it in the car. So stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.